Welcome to DC and Marvel Facts and Trivia with Buds. I'm your host, Ryan Buds, right here on the inaugural Trivia Showdown on the Stream.tv. Thank you so much for being here with us on Thursday nights. You might recognize me from Monday nights watching the Gotham Aftershow, or Tuesday nights watching the Flash Aftershow. Here's how this whole show works. This is for you guys. This is for the viewers. This is for the super fans of all the amazing superhero properties that we talk about on the Stream.tv. We have three amazing after-show hosts that are going to compete in a three-way dance on today's program, and viewers are invited to play along. Comment with your answers to the 30-plus DC and Marvel questions that I'm going to ask these amazing guys today. And if you are the person that gets the most comments of correct answers, you will win a prize. Today's prize is a fan art Logan poster from the upcoming movie Logan. It says Old Man Logan written in blood, and you got some amazing art there. This is by a good friend of mine in Sweden, I believe, goes by the name The Sunny 5. So check out The Sunny 5 and all his other amazing artwork, and you could win this. We'll mail it to you for free. Use the hashtag DC Marvel Trivia to talk about this show and ask us your own trivia questions. Today's theme for the very first episode of the Trivia Showdown is DC and Marvel villains, okay? Everybody likes a good villain. Everybody likes the laugh of the Joker, and today we're going to talk about some of the best villainous moments from both extended universes. Without any further ado, we're going to get into our contestants and after show hosts here on the Stream TV, starting with Mr. Lewis Love. How you doing, Lewis?
Very good, man. It's a pleasure being here on the Stream.tv. I am also the host of the Flash After Show every Tuesday night, and it's awesome being here in the studio. I feel so stoked.
Lewis, people, if they can't tell from just watching this live stream, you're a huge nerd and lover of movies. You fell in love with movies when you first saw Star Wars. Tell us about that.
Oh, man, I was 5 years old. Don't do the math, guys. I'm old. I was 5 years old. My mom took me to this movie, Grauman's Chinese Theater down the street here in Hollywood, and I fell in love with film and the fantasy, and this is the first time I fell in love with Carrie Fisher, my first love.
R.I.P. And I did some quick math while you were talking, Lewis. That makes you 68 years old, by the way.
Yeah, I look good, man. I look good. Peanut butter don't crack.
It's the Lazarus pit, right?
Yeah. There we go.
The Lazarus pit. I love it. He's bathing in it. Lewis, you've worked at several Los Angeles radio stations.
Yes,
Tell
I
us
have.
about that. Your early start in radio got you into talking to people for a living.
Yeah, I love entertaining. I love talking to a lot of people, a lot of groups. I used to work at Power 106. I used to work at B100 before I went off the air. And, you know, part of radio is when you're in radio, you get fired. And I got fired so many times, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. So, you know, entertainment's in my blood.
Hey, there's always
Like
time to
this.
start a podcast, right?
To start a
That's what it's all
podcast,
about.
man.
And speaking of amazing pop culture podcasts and shows and things, you're the co-founder of NukeTheFridge.com.
Yes,
What can people find if they go to NukeTheFridge.com?
Well, movie news, and we're doing a lot of giveaways. If you like going to movies for free, hey, you know, we're doing giveaways for that, and we get a lot of great opportunities. Nuke the Fridge, of course, being from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, when Mr. Indiana Jones got in a refrigerator to avoid getting killed by a nuclear bomb. It's the most realistic scene in movie history. Spielberg, I actually talked to Spielberg. He loves the name,
Really?
and he was shocked. That's actually a story on Nuke the Fridge. Spielberg and Nuke the Fridge. He loved it. So.
Amazing. NukeTheFridge.com. And I asked you your favorite villain before we move on to our other players here. And you told me it was, of all time, if you had to pick one, I said Marvel or DC. You said I have to go outside those boundaries and say Emperor Palpatine.
Yes. Good.
So be it.
Yeah,
right?
so be it, Jedi.
Yeah.
So mysterious, so evil. And he's I mean, imagine, man. You're watching Vader, how awesome he is. And then here comes this guy in Return of the Jedi, or Empire Strikes Back, and Vader's kneeling to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That's a big moment.
Big moment.
You know there's a hierarchy there.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. If you love amazing nerdy collectibles, if you like stuff like Nuke the Fridge, you've checked it out, I want you to go visit my good friend Lewis Love over at Frank & Son's Collectible Toy Show in City of Industry every single Saturday. Are you there every weekend?
Yeah, I'm one of the managers there.
Oh my God, one of the coolest places I've ever been to. It's a must-see destination if you love any kind of pop culture stuff. Check it out. And we're going to move on to our next contestant, Mr. Jami Philbrick. How are we doing, Jami?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, everyone. Jami Philbrick here.
Jami's a writer for Wizard Magazine, Collider.com, Nerdist.com, and ComicBookResources.com, just to name a few.
I've written for all of those.
You've written for all
I no
those.
longer write for them. Yeah.
But you have written for them.
Absolutely.
Tell me about some of those pieces. What's the best thing you've written for any of those sites? What do you like writing the most? You like movie reviews?
Yeah, movie reviews I like. Yeah, I don't mind doing those. I mean, I guess probably interviews.
Yeah.
Some of the interviews I've done are probably my favorite.
Oh my
Video
God.
stuff.
Let me name some of the people you've interviewed here.
Please.
Oh, let's do it. This is why you send somebody a bio and an email, right?
Exactly.
Oprah Winfrey, Al Pacino, Mel Brooks, Mike Tyson, William Shatner, Henry Winkler, Adam West, Bruce Willis, Robert Duvall, and Kermit the Frog.
Miss Piggy was there too, but she was kind of a diva. That's true.
Amazing. And your favorite villain of all time, you told me it's a tie between the Joker and Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I'd have to say I also love Deathstroke. That's
Yes.
probably my favorite.
Of
but
course.
if I had to go with sort of like the classics, I don't think you can go wrong with Joker or Lex Luthor. And especially like the Lex Luthor who becomes the president of the United States. It's a
Yeah.
very scary story, and I think we all can relate to. So
Yeah, maybe a little too relative.
maybe a little
exactly
too
right.
exactly.
I'd settle for the Joker as the president, maybe.
Joker was president. Yeah, I mean that. We could have some crazy stuff happen if that happens.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And moving on to our last contestant, Mr. Patrick Campbell. How we doing, Pat?
I'm doing great. Hey guys, what's going on? It's great to be here. It's my second time, I think, now. I'm actually the host of the Legends of Tomorrow After Show with this guy, which is great. We do it on Tuesday nights here from Stream TV. And I'm just happy to be here. Thank you for having me, guys.
Patrick, you are one of those guys where I can't tell. I'm like, this guy could be 19 or he could be 49. I have no idea. You just have that young face.
I get that a lot. I mean,
You don't have to say your age.
No, I wasn't
but
going
I do
to,
need your
but-
social security number if you want to give me that after the show.
All right, don't worry.
You are a big lover of Captain America. You love Magneto and Lex Luthor. Who do you think would win in a fight? Maybe you're playing Injustice. Can you play as Magneto and Lex Luthor in Injustice? No, Magneto's from Marvel, so you couldn't play
No,
that.
you
That's a
couldn't.
DC
But
game.
I actually think that Lex would probably win.
You
I
think
mean,
so?
let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's
He'd
the
find
same
a
guy
way.
who could fight Superman. He builds these crazy suits, makes kryptonite. He knows exactly what he's doing. He'd probably beat Magneto.
Speaking of people that know exactly what they're doing, you know your way around movies. You have an amazing podcast called Real Film Chatter, and you've been writing films for about 6 years, right?
Yeah, I've been writing about 6 years, different websites, doing this and that. I think my favorite thing, kind of like with all of these guys, is going to the press junkets, talking to the actors, getting to know the people behind the movies, and bringing movies to people who don't get it.
Amazing.
Or, there's a gap between what we see and what the audience sees. I like being the person who bridges that gap.
Patrick, I like that you're bridging the gap as well. Now that we know our 3 contestants a little bit more, we're going to dive into the rules. We're going to do 3 rounds of trivia. That's right. There are 3 rounds. The first round, every question is worth 1 point, and I have 20 questions for you about Marvel and DC villains. You guys feel confident that you can answer those questions?
Let's do
I
this.
love it. Round number 2 is going to be 10 fan questions that were submitted by fans on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter earlier today. And round 3 is called Categories with Buds. And I'll tell you what that category is. I'm going to play with you guys, and we're going to go down the line naming one thing from that category until we can't think of anymore. And that last person standing will get 3 points. So there's a lot of fun chances to get some points. And it's time right now for round 1, the Trivia Showdown. Okay, so this is 20 questions on DC and Marvel villains, and when you guys are playing, you got to wait for the whole question to be read so people playing, watching at home can play along, and you are going to buzz in using a buzz-in word. Now, I was thinking of a fun one-syllable word that is kind of one of my favorite villains as of recent history, and that is Zoom from The Flash. Okay, so you're going to buzz in with the word Zoom, wait for the whole question to be read, and here we go. You guys ready to play?
Yeah, let's
Do
do it.
it.
All right, question number 1. What Spider-Man villain goes by the civilian name of Maxwell Dillon?
Zoom.
I'm going to go with Louis Love.
Jamie Foxx.
That is half right.
Electro.
Electro is correct. 1 point for Louis Love.
you do
Well
that?
done.
Oh.
Jamie, you buzzed in as well. Did you have it on the tip of your tongue?
I did.
Very
I was
good.
ready to go.
And
You
Patrick,
called
did you
him
have it as
first.
well?
Yeah,
Did everybody
I
buzz
did.
in?
Yeah, we all
To
had
be
it.
fair, I think he was slightly.
I think
think
I was
so?
too, but
Yeah.
you called him.
You tell me I had to crank up this hearing aid?
I think you do. I think
We'll
you
see
do.
how it goes. Here's question number 2. Going on to the DC villainous universe. In Man of Steel from 2009, what actor plays General Zod?
Zoom.
Yes. Patrick.
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon is correct. That's 1 point for Patrick. And here comes question number 3. What X-Men villain is also Charles Xavier's stepbrother?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Juggernaut.
It is Juggernaut. 1 point on the board for all 3 contestants. That's how it works. You guys are very competitive. We were talking before we started, and you said, I don't know how we're going to do. I don't know how confident I'm feeling. Lou's about to jump off his chair.
It's just coffee.
He's very excited. That cup is empty. Here's question number 3. What X-Men villain? Oh, we just did that one. Question number 4. Okay, this is back to the DC side. Question number 4. Who are the 2 main villains in 1995's Batman Forever?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Two-Face and the Riddler.
That's right. Two-Face and the Riddler. Patrick, who played those villains?
Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey.
Yes. I was thinking about this today. Tell me if you know anything about this. Do they show Harvey Dent in that movie before he's Two-Face, or does the movie start off with him as Two-Face?
It starts with him that way, which is funny because
Yeah.
it's Billy D. Williams in Batman Returns.
Sure.
So all of a sudden now he's Tommy Lee Jones, and we have no explanation.
No idea why. Very good. I thought that same thing today. I was just thinking it over.
I believe Billy wanted to do the part.
You think so?
Well, he still wants to do the
Yeah.
part.
He
Yeah,
is
call
doing
him
the
up,
part.
he'll do it.
No,
He'll do it.
he
Yeah,
is
that's right.
in Lego Batman.
Yep.
Oh,
Batman.
he is?
Yes, he is.
Oh, just one more reason to see the
Batman.
biggest Valentine's Day movie of all time,
Oh,
Lego
yeah.
Batman, coming out very soon. Here's question number 5, everybody. Okay, now we're back onto the Marvel side. This is pretty extended. Let's see if you remember. What actor plays the main villain in Thomas Jane's Punisher film from 2004?
Zoom.
Patrick.
John Travolta.
It is John
Grease Lightning
Travolta.
himself.
That's right,
Yes.
Mr. Grease Lightning. And we have a ton more questions for you. If you're watching this, if you just stumbled onto this stream, I want you to comment in with your answers. I'm going to check the stream right now and see who's been playing along. Let's see. It says no sound. No sound. Check out sound. No sound, but that was a little bit ago, so they may have fixed that by now. Jordan Zeilinger says he can't hear anything. Somebody swore at me. No. There's some sound issues on the live stream, so that's what's going on right now.
Ryan,
we're
can I
gonna
add a fun fact?
Of course.
While we're talking about the Punisher, the
Only
Thomas
us
Jane
can hear it,
Punisher
maybe,
movie.
possibly.
The reason that the movie is set in Florida as
Yes.
opposed to New York, do you know why?
No, tell me about it.
Because that's where John Travolta lives.
No, that's why they were just.
That's
He's like, I'll do the
absolute-
movie, but I'm not traveling.
Exactly. And
Oh,
if you
my
move the
God.
movie to Florida, we can shoot it here. That's why it's
boy.
shot in
And I
Florida.
just gotta say, if you guys have never seen the extended cut of that movie, it's well worth tracking down. It's on DVD, and it is so much better.
Is it really?
Yeah, I
It's so
agree.
much more
Totally
interesting. It's
agree.
about half an hour longer almost.
Do they drag Travolta from a car for longer at the end of the movie?
No, but
I'd like to
there's
watch
actually a very Punisher-esque moment towards the end of the movie where Frank has to handle one of his old friends.
Ooh.
That was not in the theatrical cut.
I love it. Is it Ben Affleck's Daredevil? Maybe he drags him behind a car.
Hey, the director's cut of that movie is pretty good too. Let's be
That's true.
Hashtag
Yeah.
Coolio. This is number 6, everybody. Number 6
All right.
on the DC side.
Concentrate.
What CW Flash villain also has the name Eobard Thawne?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Reverse Flash?
It is Reverse Flash. That's 3 points for Jamie. And Patrick has 2 right now, and Lewis has 1. So it's a very close game, 3-2 to 1. And we are back on to another question right here about DC villains. What was the tagline to season 2 of Gotham?
Zoom.
Lewis.
Rise of the Villains.
Rise of the Villains. There's your second point. And this isn't for a point, but does anybody know the current tagline? It is Gotham season 3, :
Oh, what is
I think I know. I think it's Mad City.
Mad City, that's
Mad
right.
City.
Yeah, Mad City.
Very good, very good. This is question number 8. This is about an actor on a CW show. One of the ones we talk about. 2, actually, he appears in 2 of the shows. What actor plays Captain Cold on the CW?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Wentworth Miller.
Wentworth Miller. Were you a big Prison Break fan,
I
Jamie?
was, yeah. I'm very
yeah.
excited for the Prison Break miniseries.
Coming back.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Wentworth Miller's head got cut off and put in a box in Prison Break
the
season
girlfriend,
3.
it was Sarah's
Oh, no, his
head got in
girlfriend's
a
head,
box,
but then
who
she
was
ended
on
up being
Walking
fine.
Dead.
And then she ended up being fine.
She ended up being fine, and
Yeah.
she ended up, Prison Break ended with a really weird,
Yeah.
basically it ended, and then there was a jump forward, but in between the jump forward, they
Yeah.
put out a DVD movie
Yeah.
where Sarah gets put in jail.
Yes,
And
that's right.
Lori Petty is her, is sort of the teabag of the women's prison. And
Oh, yeah.
It was this whole weird thing.
It's going to be very interesting. When
Yeah,
it
yeah,
comes
how
I
out.
they bring
also
it back.
saw Winsworth. He was walking around Comic-Con, so don't worry about it. He's still alive.
Oh, yeah, Wentworth's fine.
He's doing
yeah.
doing just
Coming
fine.
back soon, I think.
Coming back soon. Number
hope.
9. We're on the Marvel villain side. What is Kingpin's first name?
Oh, Zoom.
Patrick.
Wilson.
It is Wilson. Anybody know the last name?
Zoom.
Fisk.
Yeah, it's Fisk. No
Not
points
Zoom.
for
I was-
no points.
Wilson
Zoom.
That's a cool name.
That would be
Wilson
quick.
Zoom.
Yeah.
That would be fun to see that big guy flying around in that tight yellow costume. That would be
see
fun.
that in, one of
Number
those.
10, we're halfway through this first round of DC and Marvel villain trivia. If you're watching and you can hear us, comment in with your answers to these questions. Whoever gets the most correct comments will get an amazing, amazing prize. And I'm going to plug it one more time. It's this Logan poster, everybody. Check this out. Fan art from the Sunny Five, all the way in Sweden. Check that out. Here is question number 10. What's the name of the Batman the Animated Series feature-length movie from 1993?
Zoom.
Patrick.
Mask of Phantasm.
Mask of the Phantasm puts you in a tie for first place. You and Jamie have 4. Lewis has 2. It's still anybody's game. Mask of the Phantasm, one of my favorite movies to watch as a kid, and it was pretty adult, I feel like. I feel like there were some scenes my mom would be like, "Who bought you this?" when she walked in the room, you know? Like, you did, you
It
crazy
still is.
lady.
It's a great movie. I watch it all the time still.
It's pretty good stuff. Number 11, on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what villain is one of the heads of Hydra with the initials GM? I think I got this right, hopefully. Anybody? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans? Anybody watch it?
Zoom.
GM?
General Motors.
General Motors. Any other guesses? The first stumped question of the 3 of you. The answer I was looking for, unless I copied and pasted this wrong, Gideon Malik?
Oh, yep,
Gideon
you're right.
Malik. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I'm not just a guy standing here in a
No,
Walmart
no,
shirt not knowing
That's
stuff?
right.
Okay,
Gideon
very good.
Malik, yeah.
Number 12, Matthew Nabel played what Arrow villain, mostly associated with Batman?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Ra's al Ghul.
It is Ra's al Ghul, and that puts you in first with a nice 5 points, 5 to 4 to 2. Okay. Here is number 13. In the Deadpool film, what's the name of the main villain, which is also something you'd find under the sink?
Zoom.
Lewis. It is Ajax. We're going to give it to you for your 3rd point. Did you love Deadpool? I don't know anybody that didn't
loved it.
love Deadpool.
Loved it.
Right?
Loved it.
I saw that. We were just talking about Valentine's movies. I saw that on a Valentine's date with my wife and another couple, and we're like, this will hopefully be good. I didn't know. I mean, I know of the Deadpool character, but I didn't know anything too much about the extended universe and everything. And man, that was like one of the funniest movies I've seen in theaters in a long time.
Yeah, it's great.
Loved it.
I think that their marketing campaign for Valentine's Day was perfect too,
Oh,
where they were
wasn't it great?
marketing it as a romantic comedy on all the billboards.
It was
Oh,
brilliant,
it's
and it gets
awesome.
better
Yeah.
and better every time you see the movie. So.
I should buy it. Do you guys own it?
Oh,
yeah.
I need a nice digital download of that movie.
I actually know the actor that does the voice, Stefan, who does the voice for
Colossus.
Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome guy.
Sounds like I'm getting a free copy. Number 14. What bird is the Penguin's mode of transportation in Batman Returns?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Duck.
Yes, big old rubber ducky. Jamie's got 6 points on the board
That
to
was a
Patrick's 4 and Lewis's 3. I love that duck. I love when he's running for mayor. I love a good Oswald vote Cobblepot poster and like a button. Those are
Oh,
fun.
and when he eats the fish.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Christopher Walken just standing there like, what is that? He's like, all right, eating the fish is great scene.
That's a great movie to go back and watch. A lot of dirty lines. A lot of cat puns. A lot of cat puns. Here is number 15. We have 6 more of these questions left before we move on to round number 2, which is all questions submitted by you, the fans. If you have a question that you'd like one of these amazing players to answer, comment in on the live stream, wherever you're watching, on Facebook, on YouTube, the Stream TV, the Stream.tv, whatever you want. Send us a message. And use the hashtag DC Marvel Trivia to let us know that you're playing along. Here's number 15. Wonder Woman has a foe named the Duke of what? Wonder Woman has a foe named the Duke of what? Any guesses? We should ask Stephen Amell down there.
Zoom.
Maybe he knows. Yes, Zoom from Jamie.
The Duke of Dorchester.
Oh, incorrect. But
Yeah,
it
it's a
starts with D.
WWF
There's a clue
wrestler.
for Lewis and Patrick. Starts with D. The Duke of what? Any guesses? Green Arrow is silent down there. Any guesses?
Zoom.
Yes.
Doom. I don't know.
Duke of Doom. That's not a bad guess. Patrick, any last guesses for you?
Duke of Doom.
It is the Duke of Deception.
Ah.
The Duke of
That
Deception.
was my second one.
I stumped
That was
you.
what you were
gonna go.
I stumped you guys. That was very deceiving. I am going to call myself the Duke of Deception from now on. Number 16. Who is the main nemesis of Reed Richards?
Zoom.
Zoom.
Patrick.
Dr. Doom.
And that works perfectly with all your guesses, right?
That's good.
Very good. 5 points for you. Jamie's got 6. He's still in the lead by 1. And Lewis has 3. Number 17. What color skin does Brainiac usually have?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Green.
It is green. There's your 7 point, Jamie. It varies based on the artist, but it's usually a greenish hue. Number 18. What actor voiced the Ultron robot in the Avengers sequel?
Zoom.
Patrick.
James Spader.
James Spader. What a creepy voice. Wouldn't you like to have him do your GPS?
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes.
You constantly just taking you to murder people? That'd be fun.
I would. Blacklist is pretty good. He's really good on that. And he
he's
does
great on
something
Blacklist.
very similar to that.
Yeah.
There you go. Number 19. We have just 2 questions left of this first round. What's Lex Luthor's middle name?
Oop.
I'm going to give it to you, Lewis. Middle name. Lex Luthor's
Joseph.
middle name. That's all I'm looking for, actually. Just
Joseph Lex Alexander Luthor.
Alexander Joseph Lex. Yes, you got the whole
It's
thing.
because the haircuts is similar, and
Yeah.
I kind of want to pattern myself.
You're very villainous. You're very villainous.
Thank you very much.
And he has my middle name, so that's cool.
Number 20. Here it is. What Marvel villain had the aliases White Pilgrim and Magnus?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Emma Frost.
Incorrect. What Marvel villain had the aliases White Pilgrim and Magnus? This is like very broad storylines, so I don't think it was the same universe. Probably different time periods and all kinds of things. Any guesses?
No.
It was Magneto. Magneto, at one point, according to some sort of comic wiki I found, said other names for Magneto, White Pilgrim and Magnus. So check that out. That's the end of round number 1, everybody. Well done. I want you guys to give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Well done. That was not too bad for our very first round ever here on the stream.tv. Thank you so much for your questions and playing along at home. Alyssa did guess Ajax on our Deadpool question. Well done,
Nice.
Alyssa.
Nice.
Shout out
Good
to
job.
you, Alyssa. And somebody said, Alyssa before that when the sound wasn't working, she said, hey, this is cool. I'm pretty good at reading lips. So she was playing along. She had a good time. Kiefer Sutherland would have been interesting as Ultron too, but Spader was good. What do you guys think? Kiefer Sutherland.
I could see it.
interesting,
That
yeah.
could have been
see it,
cool.
yeah.
I like that. Alyssa, nice comment. Nice suggestion. I ran into Kiefer Sutherland on the street one time, and next time I do, I'm going to tell him that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go. This is round number 2, everybody. This is fan questions. Speaking of people writing in and commenting in, if you want to submit a question for these guys to answer, feel free to do that. Use the hashtag DC Marvel Trivia. And this is round number 2. It's called Fan Questions. Fan Questions. I posted online earlier today, and mostly on Facebook, few on Instagram, few through text for the big fans. Sent me some fan questions to ask you guys. So round number 2 is made up of those questions from those fans of the DC and Marvel universes. If you get these right, you get 2 points. So it's a little higher in the stakes realm. Okay? Here we go. Fan questions number 1. This one comes from Francisco Urenga. Francisco Urenga. He says, what Batman movie villain actor went on to train the first Avenger in another film?
Zoom.
Patrick.
Tommy Lee Jones.
It is Tommy Lee Jones for 2 points. Over in, explain that. Why don't you explain that to our viewers? What were the 2 roles again?
So Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face originally, as
That's
we
right.
all know in Batman Forever, but then he was
Yes.
actually the general that
in Captain
America vs. Avenger, and he didn't want Cap to be the super soldier.
That's
He
right.
wanted it to be someone else, but
Yes.
he was eventually whittled down. But
Very
one of my
good.
favorite lines in the movie is, look at him. It makes me want to cry. Yeah.
Amazing. And here's question number 2. What villain has the ability to control all the molecules in his body? What villain has...
Zoom.
Jamie. All the molecules in his body. This is from Lauren Blackwell. Shout out to Lauren Blackwell. Any guesses on this villain?
No.
No? Lewis?
I don't know if he's a villain, but Dr. Manhattan?
Yeah, I was thinking Adam, which is why I
That
zoomed
is
in,
a good guess. It's actually Molecule Man. Molecule Man.
Okay.
This came from Lauren Blackwell. She really stumped you guys.
That's
well
a
done,
good
Lauren.
one.
That was a good one.
Question number 3. This one comes from the Chicagoland area. I know this guy very well, Eric Callenborn. And shout out to Eric. He uses a lot of comics in the classroom. He's a high school English teacher. He is a big advocate of comics in the classroom. So check that out. He has an amazing blog, Comics in the Classroom. The Comic
cool.
Teacher.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
that's great.
Who does the Joker kidnap in The Killing Joke?
Zoom.
Patrick.
Oh, Lieutenant Gordon.
That's right, Lieutenant Gordon, 2 points for you. That puts you in first. You have 10 points to Jamie, 7, and Lewis, you have 4. It's still anybody's game. Question number 4. This is from Kevin Kellum, also in the Chicago area. What Star Wars actor plays the trickster on CW's The Flash? Jamie.
Zoom. Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, he got it, 2 points. One of my favorite roles on that show to watch. He is very tricky, that trickster. Number 5, The Punisher originally appeared as a villain to which Marvel hero?
Zoom.
Patrick.
Spider-Man.
It is Spider-Man. There is another point for you, and that came from Kyle Dodson. Kyle works on
Good job,
America's
Kyle.
Funniest Videos, I believe. Well done, Kyle Dodson. Great question. Punisher, Spider-Man. Number 6, former villain Patrick Eel O'Brien is better known as what wacky superhero?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Plastic Man.
Plastic Man. That is also from Kyle Dodson. Shout out to Kyle again for 2 great questions in a row. Right now, Jamie has 10 points. Patrick has 11 points. And Lewis has 4 points. It's still anybody's game. Number 7, what life bringer is superior to Lord Chaos and Master Order in Marvel? This is very involved. I had to look this one up. This is from,
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. This is from Paul Lair. He works at Super Jacket Productions, and he is a super wrestling fan. But he asked this question: what life bringer is superior to Lord Chaos and Master Order in Marvel?
Zoom.
Jamie.
This is a total guess, but I'm going to go with the Watcher.
Incorrect.
Zoom.
Yes.
Galactus.
It is Galactus.
Wow. Okay.
According to what I found.
that
So
was
well
okay.
done,
It was one or the
Galactus.
other.
Tough question from Paul Lair. Here's number 8. Who played Joker in the Batman 66 series?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Caesar Romero.
That is
Yeah.
right. And that gives you 12 points to Patrick 13 points. So it's a 1-point game between the two of you. Lewis,
I could do it, guys. Root for me.
I believe in you.
Caesar Romero is correct. That was from Kevin Kellum. We had a second question from Kellum all the way from Chicago. I am a huge fan of the Batman 66 series, so I would have got that.
And I want to add something.
Yes.
Is Cesar Romero never shaved his mustache?
Yes.
Which was kind of goofy thinking of that before, but now when you look at it, it's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so it added to him.
Very iconic. Number 9, just 2 more of these fan-submitted questions. When Apocalypse was an infant, he was found in ancient Egypt by nomadic raiders. What did his name En-Sabah-Nur mean in English? Any guesses? This is from my friend Kaylin. She goes by just Kaylin on Instagram. Any guesses? En-Sabah-Nur. What did Apocalypse's name mean when he was an infant? Any guesses? All right, the answer was the first one. The first one, which makes sense as the first mutant. That's his whole story, right?
Yeah.
There you
That
go.
makes sense.
Number 10, what title did Doctor Doom first appear in back in 1962?
Zoom.
Jamie.
Fantastic Four.
That's right. 2 points for the kill. That was from Eric Kallenborn, comics teacher. Check out his blog. Right now, we have one more thing to do. Jamie, you have 14 points.
Yeah.
Patrick, you have 13 points.
Yes.
And Lewis, you still
I'm
have
catching up.
4 points. All right? This is the last thing we're going to do. It's round 3. It's called Categories with Buds. I'm going to play along with you guys.
All right.
And whoever has the highest amount of points is going to get one of those Logan posters along with one of you watching right now and playing along at home. Alyssa is the most contributing right now. She's guessing a lot of fun stuff on the live stream. And this is round 3. We're going to name stuff from a category. We'll go down the line. I'll tell you what the category is right now, and it is video game villains. So now we're venturing outside the realm of DC and Marvel. We're just naming a villain from a video game. And I'm going to kick it off, and then we'll go to Lewis, and then go down the line. If you can't think of one, you're eliminated. The last person standing gets 3 points. So this could be for the game. I'm going to kick it off with, from Mario, Bowser. What do you got, Lewis?
Red Ghost from Pac-Man.
Red Ghost from Pac-Man. I like where your head's at. Jamie.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong is a villain in Donkey Kong, yes.
I'm going to go with Ganondorf from the Zelda series.
Ganondorf from the Zelda series. I'm going to stick where I'm strongest and say King Koopa, who's different from Bowser. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Lewis Love.
Solomon Grundy and Justice Gods Among Us.
There you go. And Justice Gods Among Us, Jamie.
Harley Quinn in same video game. Justice Gods Among Us.
Love it. Harley Quinn.
I'm going to go with your sweet spot, Wario.
Wario. Ooh, I'm going to say Waluigi and go on to Lewis.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Yellow Ghost in Pac-Man.
All right. Very good. He's got a strategy, everybody. That's all that matters. Jamie.
The Godzilla-looking thing from Rampage.
Okay, very good. We're doing descriptors
Did
now,
that have a
Patrick.
name? I don't know if that character had a name.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they
We'll
did.
go with it.
All those ghosts had names too, I think.
Yeah, they did.
Patrick, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. That's very good. I'm going to say Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat 1. He's kind of the villain, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
very
much.
good. Lewis?
I'm going to say Mike Tyson in Punch-Out.
Yes, top boss. Love it. Jamie?
Bane from Arkham Asylum.
Oh, he's got a theme and he's sticking
Yep.
with it. Patrick?
Sub-Zero. Would he ever count as a
Sub-Zero.
villain?
Isn't he the good guy too? Scorpion's bad guy? Or no?
I guess kind of. Depends on how you're looking at it.
I'm going to look at it as wrong, Patrick.
Okay,
You're eliminated.
Yes.
You have been eliminated.
That's
and
fine.
while I am gloating about you being eliminated, I can't think of another one. So now it's down to Lewis and Jamie. Lewis, what do you got?
King Kuba.
King Koopa has already been said.
Has
I
it?
forgot to say that that
Yes.
is a rule. You can't say when it's already been said, but I'll give you another chance. What do you got?
Oh, okay. Why am I not thinking right now about video games?
Jamie, if you could win name one more, you win.
Black Adam, Injustice, Gods Among
Well,
Us.
you got it. Well done. There's the 3
cheat,
points
but-
for Jamie with a total of 18 to Patrick's 13 and Lewis's 4. That's how it all turned out. I'm going to give you the poster right now.
Yeah.
Very good. This is for you, my friend.
Ah, thank you,
Enjoy.
sir.
Take that with you to
Sweet.
your
Let's
next
look
press
at this.
junket.
Look at how
And
nice
you
that
at home,
looks.
Alyssa, you're going to get an amazing poster. I'm going to give it to Alyssa. So if you're watching Alyssa right now, you won this Logan poster from the Sunny 5. Guys, that has been our inaugural episode of DC and Marvel Facts and Trivia with Buds. Did you guys have a good time?
I had a great time.
I hope you guys had a good time watching at home. We're going to do some quick sign-offs here at the bottom. Make sure you join the DC TV Universe Crew After Show group on Facebook. That's where we post a bunch of fun stuff, teasers and articles and thoughts and theories on all the different after shows we host here on the stream.tv. That's where you can find and interact with all of us if you liked watching this here today. And tell your friends about this show. Tell people every Thursday you can play trivia for, half hour, 45 minutes, answer like 30 plus questions, and win fun stuff like this Logan poster. You can't find this anywhere else. This is the only one I had printed, besides that one Jamie got. Let's get some sign-offs from you guys. Lewis, where can people find you online?
Hey, you can find me on @NukeTheFridge on Twitter, and also you can find me every Tuesday here for the Flash After Show, and hopefully it's going to be fun. It's always fun.
Very good. And Jamie, where can people find you?
So you can check me out on Twitter @Philbrick. Also, I host the Legends with Patrick, Legends of Tomorrow show, and that's 7:30 on Tuesday nights and 7:30 on Wednesday nights. We do the Arrow show, so check us out there. And my website, MTime, which is a Chinese website that I work for, check us out there as well.
Fantastic. And Mr. Patrick Campbell, where can people find you at if they want to interact?
Guys, go ahead. You can find me on Twitter @PJ_Campbell. That's where I do most of my interaction with everyone online. You can find my podcast, Real Film Chatter, REEL Film Chatter, on Podbean and iTunes. And then every Tuesday night, here with Jamie, talking Legends of Tomorrow.
Fantastic. If you guys like me and want some more trivia, I put out a free trivia podcast every single Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific on iTunes, on Google Play, on Stitcher, wherever you can find podcasts. It's called the Trivia with Buds podcast. Every week we have two friends going head-to-head in topics they're good at, stuff like Tenacious D versus marine biology, or Marvel versus DC. You're going to love all the episodes. Go back and listen to them. Thank you guys so much. Join Lance's group in the Facebook realm, everybody. Check out Lance's DC TV Universe Crew After Show group on Facebook. Find me on Twitter @RyanBuds. Tell a friend about this, and watch The Flash with me on Tuesdays, the After Show here on the stream.tv, as well as the Gotham After Show on Monday nights. Guys, thanks for being my guest on the first show.
Awesome.
Everybody
Thanks
watching
for
at
having
home,
us.
thanks for watching, and we'll see you next Thursday at 7:30 for more Marvel and DC Facts and Trivia with Buds.
Beautiful.
All right.
You go back to dancing?
Go back.